Coach Mark Kellogg of the West Virginia Mountaineers said this is the best defensive team we're going to see all season. They held Western Michigan to 21.7% from the field in that win on Sunday. Tip-off goes to West Virginia, and away we go from the WVU Coliseum. Happy to have you with us. Meg Bolger rejoins courtside. West Virginia goes inside to Kyle Watson, not there. Koulibaly with a good defense. Newcomer Sydney Shaw hands it off to Quinterly, and a travel on Quinterly. As you see the starting five, you saw Shaw and Quinterly touch at that last possession along with Kyle Watson. 4 of these 5 carryovers from last year's team. Sydney Shaw, the Auburn transfer, is the newcomer. She and Aisha Koulibaly actually shared one season together at Auburn. For Texas A&M, Koulibaly will be joined by Kendall Hunter in the starting lineup tonight. Janae Kent, Sahara Jones, and Lauren Ware. The Arizona transfer, Jones saves that one from going into the backcourt. Ware, the tall post, comes outside. Hunter, the Texas transfer, drives, puts it inside, and a nice block from Kyle Watson on Lauren Ware's look to the basket.
Right away here defensively, you can see that length that Coach Kellogg was talking about with A&M. Great take from Jordan Harrison, just trying to draw some bigs outside of the basket, but you can see what they're doing on the perimeter. They take away a ton, and for West Virginia, their keys, they need to finish great defense. They've got to box out. Against Pitt, they gave up 18 offensive rebounds, and they've got to move the ball. You can't settle for threes. Only 6 of 30 against Pitt, as we're going to see.
Sydney Shaw took the contact inside, yeah. It was a collision inside.
Yeah, big time. And to the point of the defensive mentality that Texas A&M also has, they got to match that defensive intensity with West Virginia's. We know what West Virginia can do with turnovers per game and their bench production. They've had some of the best bench production that you'll see in the NCAA. 79 points from their bench the last 3 games. So they're going to look to get girls out and hit it offensively.
Watson follows her rebound, follows a shot and gets the rebound.
And that's the thing, with this length, you can see how far they can defend on the perimeter. West Virginia has not shot the ball very well the last couple of games, but to pull them out and get those shot blockers out, that's exactly what you're going to have to do. Right on cue.
Kylie Blackston not afraid to pull the trigger from deep, her 3rd 3 of the season. And the Mountaineers break the ice. Quinterly pokes it loose. Watson comes up with it. In transition, Shaw for 3, strong, but Quinterly right there, mops up the window.
That's this West Virginia team right here, I think, in a nutshell. Hitting a 3, forcing a turnover, getting an offensive board and going back up. They're relentless.
A&M having trouble getting the ball inbound. Koulibaly almost lost that one off her legs. Ware looking for options against Blackston. Trying to find Koulibaly inside. She fights through 2 defenders.
That's a tough take. I mean, just completely under control. Great footwork and still able to go up with it. She's certainly someone to contend with. You're going to have to keep an eye on. She's a great shot blocker on the other end.
Jordan Harrison's had a strong start to the season. Stuck in the paint, comes outside. Quinterly through defenders. Off balance look, and she's fouled. Kylie Blackston handles the ball like a guard. She was a guard early in her career. Not afraid to shoot the big 3.
No, this is a good matchup for her against Lauren Ware. The longer, not as physical. And Kylie Blackston only played about 10 minutes versus Pitt because they had a little bit bigger of a presence inside as a true post. So that's what she brings to the table. When she's in that game, she can really extend as a 5. Able to hit that 3 and bring those bigs away from the basket and allow your guards to go in, go to work as JJ's getting to the free throw line because of it.
Fouls on Kendall Hunter. Quinterly, her first point of the night. She comes in 20th on West Virginia's all-time scoring leaderboard. Some interesting names that she'll be passing, or she might pass tonight. 2 for Quinterly. That puts her 6 away from a former teammate of yours, Meg. Yolanda Page is the next name.
One of the best point guards that I have ever played with or watched.
That pressure from West Virginia, tight early on. Koulibaly looking for help and gets it. Janae Kent from LSU The transfer has that one fall in and out.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see Texas A&M. They don't have a true point guard. I think I was talking to the assistant coach, Chelsea Newton, before the game. She said their really only true point guard is Erica Moon, who only just came into the first live action last Monday. So it's going to be interesting how they divvy up that responsibility at point.
Soleil Williams checked in after the Kendall Hunter foul. She's been handling the ball a little bit more for Texas A&M, but you're right, it's by committee. He checked, got it! Blackston drains it.
And what work from little Jordan Harrison underneath, kind of just circling the post inside, waiting to get Kylie Blackston open.
Coulibaly can't get it going. She's tried a few times tonight, and a foul out of the basket. We get Kyle Watson on the contact. Meanwhile,
you watch little Jordan Harrison saying, come on, I might shoot it down here. Are you ready to block my shot or not? You got to get out on Kylie. She's already hit one. You can no longer double down on those guards that are driving to the basket. And I think that's probably their mentality right now, only shooting 6 of 30 against Pitt. So they're probably saying, dig inside, help down low, and make them beat us from the three-point line. And right now, Blackston answering the call.
And honestly, Harrison, the leading scorer for West Virginia, 2 of their first 3 games, you're going to trust her every take. You're going to follow every take she makes.
No, absolutely. And she's made it known that not only is she the floor general in assists, she can score as well, as you mentioned. But on the other end, they're giving up some free throws, those offensive boards. We talked about West Virginia finishing their great defense. They've got to clean up those offensive boards.
And that's something that Mark Kellogg was saying to us in practice. This is becoming her team now, speaking of Jordan Harrison. Coulibaly with contact. Did they call the Coulibaly contact or the Blackston return? I think Coulibaly picked that one up.
Yeah, I think that happened first. And I'm not mad at that. You get your first foul almost 5 minutes into the game. You need to stay aggressive. You need to stay active. Blackston's already hit 2 threes. You got to keep them on their toes. You have to stay active defensively, and this is a great matchup for West Virginia on the defensive end here, see what they can do offensively and get into a rhythm.
Second P4 matchup for West Virginia this week. First of the season for Texas A&M. As West Virginia played Pitt on Tuesday. Why not for Blackston? Couldn't fall that time. Good rebound. Harrison through traffic. Can't get the scoop to fall. A lot of contact inside. And this time Kylie Blackston picks up the foul.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably one of those where you just got to tip your cap, give them the rebound, and get back. You don't have that early of a foul. You need to have Kylie Blackston on the floor right now. I think that's a good matchup against Lauren Ware.
These 2 teams have not been afraid to scrap early on, Meg.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell this is a defensive-minded game.
Janae Kent had a wide-open 3, passed it up. Williams drives, turns. Finds help in the corner, but deflected by Jordan Harrison.
That's great team defense from West Virginia. Jordan Harrison went for the steal up there, top of the key, doesn't get it. Everyone helps and rotates, and then she sprints back, gets the far side girl on the weak side, exactly how you would draw it up on the defensive end, and is able to get the tip.
Big 12 all-defensive team a year ago. Jordan Harrison shows you why. Quinterly got in too deep. And she fell into the front row. Mountaineers by 6. Halfway home in the first quarter at the WVU Coliseum on a Friday night.
Be sure to download tonight's edition of Mountaineers.
The country to learn from and to understand from. So hopefully they become history buffs as well after Coach Joni Taylor.
She studied history in college. She said she's from Mississippi, and as a result, the Civil War is her favorite era. Although being in Paris this summer, she said she's gotten more into the Renaissance. I could have sat and talked history the whole shoot round.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Shot clock in single digits. Jones takes the handoff, mid-range baseline. Pops out. Ware cleans it up and gets fouled. Lauren Ware, the returning rebounder from last season, averaged 8 rebounds a game. Transferred over here from Arizona. So on the watch list is the Lisa Leslie Center of the Year. And her head coach, Joni Taylor, said the next step for her is to keep building on that career year. When you have a big year, and it maybe is your watershed year, how hard is it to build off of that, Meg?
You just have to keep working at it, keep that confidence, and learn something new. There's always something new you can add. So you don't just kind of stay with, wow, that worked really well this year, I'm going to continue that. You have to add something new to your repertoire, whether it's, if you're an offensive player, where okay, I want to have a different move underneath. I want to really work on second chance opportunities, free throws. There's always something you can add to your game, and I think that's really important for every single player, no matter what your position, is that you're always adding to what you can do.
I think people sometimes forget how hard consistency is, that it's an effort to get back to where you were.
No, absolutely. And, you know, I think we're only 4 games in here. I think JJ's starting to just learn, hey, she has a target on her back. There's different things she can do that she, you know, might not have done last year that she's looking to kind of regain. But you got to love when you have another player that can hit 3, Sydney Shaw, the transfer coming in, shooting extremely well, 50% from 3 so far this season.
She was red hot at shoot-around this morning, and that touch has continued. Mountaineers by 11. The posts are different. Jordan Thomas came in for West Virginia at the last buzzer, and Jada Malone, the veteran, is on for Texas A&M. First off the bench for the 4th straight game, Jordan Thomas.
Yeah, you can see with Lauren Ware and Kylie Blackson on the bench, that's a great little floater there inside from Soleil Williams. But you can kind of see, you know, the coach is playing chess there. Okay, I'm gonna take my long shot blocker, 3-point shooter out, then Lauren Ware comes out, and then you kind of go to true 5 posts inside and let them bang. So now these guards can go to work inside a little bit more here on the West Virginia offensive end.
A little too much for the body from Talia Parker, who also came in at the last buzzer, but here's that look from Shaw again. Wide open in the corner.
And that's just, look at Jordan Harrison. When she puts the ball on the floor, she draws 3 Aggies to defend her. Sydney Shaw just stays there like a true shooter, ready to go down, ready to knock it down. Didn't shoot extremely well at the Pitt game. So as a shooter, you know that her mentality tonight is, nope, not again.
I think that's the advantage of having your point guard be so hot early in the season, because she's a scoring threat, and you got to give that attention to her.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a lot of times when
offensive foul on the Thomas screen.
And I'm going to defend the freshman here. Jordan Harrison, she's such a quick guard that when you're going to set that screen on her, you got to just make a set screen. Don't go find and headhunt. Allow Jordan Harrison just to come off of it. But that's something that I think Thomas will learn here as she gets some more games under her belt.
Jones offline, ripped down by Shaw. Shaw was just 3 of 11 from beyond the arc on Tuesday against Pitt. Right away, not afraid to pull the trigger. Winterly inside, nice jumper, too short. Pulled in by Jones. And the steal almost completed by Kyle Watson. Stays with A&M. Fans thought Kyle Watson might have been tripped. Did you see that in real time?
Didn't see it in real time. Kyle Watson, she's just she's a sneaky player. She gets offensive boards, steals. She comes out of nowhere and just kind of flies in. And she hits the deck a lot. And sometimes I'm not sure if it was, you know, forced or what, but they're going to get a 10-second call here for her efforts.
It's been a point of emphasis, the 10 seconds, and the official on the sideline said 4. So they only had 4 to get that in. West Virginia defense just suffocating another turnover. Literally hits the deck, gets back up. Nice job to keep her dribble. Thomas to the left, and the contact. Jordan Thomas.
That's a great move, and what I loved about it is, for a freshman, the patience that she showed. She didn't freak out after Quinterly gets it. She shows patience. She looks behind her back. Where is she defending me? Oh, she's on my left shoulder, high side. I go baseline. I mean, that's a great read from a freshman inside. Kind of gives a little show left and go baseline. That's a great finish.
Just 4 points for her against Pitt on Tuesday, but 6 rebounds, so she definitely made her presence felt. And she's someone that can fill up the stat sheet and the scoreboard in bunches. Steal, Quinterly, can't finish. Watson resets. They feed Thomas again. Well defended by Malone. Plenty of time to shoot. Harrison, nice shove inside. Thomas off the window.
I mean, I don't know how Jordan Harrison got that off, but that was pretty.
Nothing else, so Malone pops from mid-range. That was silky smooth.
That looked nice. She's not going to take a lot of those shots, but when you do, you might as well knock it down.
Stays with West Virginia.
Yeah, great job. Jordan Harrison, I thought she was pulling up for the shot there. So did two Aggies. And then great vision.
Thomas's inbound deflected, taken away by Texas A&M. Kent to the corner. Here's Erica Moon. Nice job through the defenders. Erica Moon.
That's a great take. And she only saw her first live action in their game on Monday. They said she's the only real true point guard that they have, but coming off a bunch of injuries. That's a great way to come off the bench and get comfortable early.
Quinterly spot up. Missed it long. She was 0 of 10 from beyond the arc against Pitt on Tuesday. Mark Kellogg said at the shoot-around today, the conversation was, it gets beyond 5 or 6, maybe find something else.
Yeah, they're going to eventually fall for a player like J.J. Quinterly. That's a really nice take there. Nice floater. You've seen a couple of those floaters. They know where the openings are in the middle there from Talia Parker. But I feel like it does get to a mental state where I think J.J. Quinterly is just trying to place the ball in the basket from 3 right now and force it. Keep that mid-range game. Keep your defense strong, and those threes are going to come.
West Virginia will have the last look. And off again. Thomas can't finish. And after 1 quarter of basketball from the WVU Coliseum, the Mountaineers hold a 4-point advantage on Texas A&M. They've done that really well in the first quarter. Aggies, meanwhile, in a 6-0 run. They've trimmed the West Virginia lead down to 4. Ken on the baseline, nothing there. Out to Malone. Tried once from the mid-range and hit. Doesn't fall this time, but a floor foul. Jordan Harrison picks up the foul. First quarter was the most field goals West Virginia has given up in an opening quarter this season. 5 shots from the field for Texas A&M. Here's the 6th, and it's a 1-possession game on the Malone bucket.
That's a great take from Malone, starting on the right, finishing on that left. That's just a strong take, and Thomas had to respect her jumper. She's already hit 1.
It's been there for Thomas already. Touch for Quinterly. 7 on the clock. Harrison whips it out. Watson open from the corner. Kyle Watson.
Great ball movement. You got the ball inside, back outside, make that skip pass over. And you can see Riviera is getting ready to check in, and I was thinking when Thomas had it underneath, some great high-low action would be huge right there, and I think that's what Mark Kellogg's going to look to do here coming up in the next few minutes with these substitutions.
Watson scoops it up off the mid-range miss. Yeah, I think Mark Kellogg wants some different looks than what they're getting right now. Watson off only the 2nd 3 she's made this season. Look for Shaw, mid-range, off balance, doesn't go. Kendall Hunter, the Texas transfer, into the front court, and she took what they call a foul. Quinterly picks up the foul. Leads at 5 for West Virginia, and J.J. Quinterly helped push it there.
This Texas A&M team, they are so good on the ball defensively. You see West Virginia, why Kaya Watson got that 3. They moved the ball, took it from one side of the floor to the next, then Jordan Harrison penetrates, draws defense, and kick. When you move the ball and pass the ball against a tough defensive team, you're going to get those kind of shots.
Yeah, pardon, I said Quinterly had her on line for the foul, but no, it was Watson hit the 3 we just saw. You're right, though. Aggies look to make it a 1-possession game once again. Williams outside, Ware bobbles. Has to take it deep, too. A lot of contact as Riviere and Sahara Jones spill. CeCe Riviere just into the game for West Virginia.
Foul called on West Virginia, number 37, CC Riviere, her first team foul.
Yeah, right there on the box out. Just one step behind, trying to close out and loses footing.
And to the deck they both go. Soleil Williams. Handoff to Sahara Jones. Through Riviere. Jones. Strong to the hole.
And that's a tough matchup right there with Jones and Riviere.
Looked like
Riviere
a running
can
back
step
going
out.
around the edge.
Yeah, exactly right.
Shaw, wide open look, and she takes it. 5 points for Shaw. That pushes her over the 500 mark in her career. Needed 4 coming in. And a mistake gives it back to West Virginia.
And Sydney Shaw's just been such a great addition to West Virginia. After losing Lauren Fields, veteran, she understands defense, offense. Sydney Shaw is really starting to come into her own. You can see that not just a three-point shooter, she's really picked it up defensively, and I love her looking to attack and not just settle for a 3.
Literally stopped up inside. Watson takes a beat to the corner. Tangled up with Shaw's feet. Goes back to Texas A&M on the defense of Jones.
Yeah, like I mentioned before on that Kaya Watson 3, they're too good on-ball defenders to go one-on-one and keep the ball on the floor like that. You just have to keep moving, send cutters, on-ball picks, make that defense have to switch, make them move and get out of position.
Off the hands of Hunter and out of bounds. Another turnover gives it back to West Virginia. Mountaineers have forced 30-plus turnovers in all 3 of their games this season. Their plus 20 turnover margin is the first in the P4 level.
And that's what's funny about West Virginia. You see certain offensive possessions and you think, oh, that was too quick, or oh, they turned it over. When you can turn it over at the clip that they turn people over, you can have bad possessions and then come back in here and just do a quick little, hey, CC, can you drop that right leg and just go score?
It's magnifique for CC Riviere.
Yeah, CC can do a little bit of everything. She can hit the 3. She has great vision as a passer. She can go inside. That's a difficult matchup.
Difficult pass for Hunter, stolen by Watson. Shaw open, Quinterly takes it herself. Shaw cleans it up after the Quinterly miss. Quinterly creates space, can't get it to fall. That's really how her season has gone, Meg. She just cannot get a shot to fall. Hunter got in too deep, had to take an awkward look. And now Hunter's going to get serenaded by the student section behind us the rest of the night. Nice feed to Tirza Moore. Another bench presence for West Virginia. Tirza Moore cashes in.
Yeah, and you can see the guards of West Virginia able to get into that paint and get shots off. I think right now, hang on the perimeter. I want to see the bigs high-low. I think they've done a great job so far.
Texas A&M calls the timeout. Meg Bulger, I'm Eric Little. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night from the WVU Coliseum. Second P4 matchup of the week for West Virginia, first this season for Texas A&M. Their head coach, Joni Taylor, said she wanted to give them a taste of Power 4 before going to the battle for Atlantis here in a couple weeks. Through traffic. What a floater and a finish from Talia Parker.
Yeah, the floaters have been all over the offensive end here for the Aggies early in this first half. And they've stuck with it. Go with what's working.
A little too tall on the lob from Harrison. Couldn't link up with Tirza Moore.
Checking in for the Aggies, number 5, Aisha Koulibaly.
Koulibaly replaces Janae Kent.
We talk about the floaters. This is not a three-point shooting Texas A&M team, although they had about 10 last game, I believe. They haven't even taken a 3 this game. So you think they're sticking to their scouting report? That's for sure.
Shaw comes up with a takeaway. West Virginia back in the front court, looking to grow a 7-point lead. Offline from Harrison. Sydney Woodley in the game now for West Virginia. Almost ran that one down in the corner. Koulibaly dribbled in deep. Moon looks comfortable handling the ball.
Yeah, she does. She doesn't look like she just played her first game a couple of days ago.
Less than 5 to shoot. Koulibaly hurries that one a bit. Hauled in, and Harrison, like a punt returner, takes it in, comes back the other way. Harrison, just didn't get the roll. Gets the rebound. Look at that work from Jordan Harrison.
Yeah, that's why you can try out different things. Why not go one-on-one, undersized inside, if you can get your own rebound and bring it back out.
I thought Riviere was going to throw that behind the back to Moore.
She wanted to. We saw that a couple of games ago.
Feed from Harrison. Moore can't follow. A lot of contact inside. Yeah, I believe I was watching that game. That drew a filthy second foul on Riviere.
Yeah, right over the back. That's just a classic. I am not in position, but I'm going to lose my mind for a second and still try to go get that rebound.
Stuck a peek at the video board to see the replay.
She put her hand over her mouth. Yeah, she was like, oh, yeah, I was a little out of position for that.
An issue with Koulibaly is she got a cut. There's some jewelry, I believe, they're making her remove. The officials, Gina Cross, Michael McConnell, and Natasha Kamey, or as she's calling them now, Lord of the Rings. That's a bad joke. You don't have to laugh at that.
I love Lord of the Rings, so I'm all in. It's not a bad joke to me.
Drive from Moon, stopped up. 2 defenders on Moon, and then Watson gets the steal and a foul. It's the kind of havoc that West Virginia can create. Moon picks up her first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was stressed all week. You have to be aware. You're going to hear footsteps. Help is coming. Their defensive rotation is one of the best I've ever seen. They are always in help. They are always helping the helper. Usually it breaks off in that second, third line, not with West Virginia.
Shaw from Woodley, too strong. Moore digs it out. Good ball movement from West Virginia. Meg, one of your keys. Wide open, Watson takes it to the baseline. Better look, Shaw, strong. Contact between Moore and Lauren Ware. Here's Moore, picks up the foul.
And that was good ball movement from West Virginia, just better defense from Texas A&M, I thought. They're just, and I'm glad Coach Kellogg mentioned that before the game, their length, you can really see that they can play tight, but they have the arm length to contest those threes, and also their length inside.
This game's kind of hit a doldrum, to be honest, in the back half of the second quarter, and I think maybe here's the spark for West Virginia. Shaw to the bench, J.J. Quinterly back on.
And that's usually West Virginia's MO. When they get it going defensively and they're pressing, they're virtually unstoppable. But right now, a couple of bad possessions, you're not scoring, you're not able to set up into that press break. So now you're coming back into half court, giving Texas A&M an opportunity to do things in the half court, which that's to their benefit. They certainly don't want to see that press all night.
West Virginia not shooting poorly from the field, 38.5%. They're 0 for their last 4 from the field. Quinterly, 4-3. Yes, on the money, J.J. Quinterly.
And I'm just going to stay quiet and give J.J. a moment to enjoy that one. I mean, that's got to feel good for her. It's been a while since she's found the bottom of the net in that 3, but look out Texas A&M after something like that.
An answer.
That's a big answer. Soleil Williams, only 2 of 17 from 3, 11% so far this season, but she takes a lot of shots. She has the green light.
They say she's a better shooter than that. She's just had a rough start to the year. Woodley lost it. Watson dug it out, threw it away. Williams in a breakaway. Soleil Williams so low to the basket.
I mean, these two teams, they're mirroring each other right now. They really are. Kind of knocking down a random 3, defensively in the half court, which we thought it was going to be more full court pressure. You're seeing a lot of half court defense here.
Quinterly off her foot, an unforced error. Texas A&M gets it back.
And this is a tough three to get off. You have one of the best defenders in the Big 12 defending you. That's a great screen. I think the credit on that play has to go to Jada Malone. That was just a body screen. JJ didn't know what hit her. Couldn't even go underneath it to defend that screen, and there was no hedge. No one stepped up to help. West Virginia is better than that defensively.
Against the reigning Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, JJ Quinterly. Mountaineers have 5 threes this half. That's tied for the most in the first half this season. Again, Quinterly with hers earlier to snap an 0 for 10 spell against Pitt on Tuesday. Coming up on the final minute of the first half, and a lot of contact inside. Jordan Harrison picks up the foul.
And again, that ball screen is better defended there from Quinterly, but as Jordan Harrison comes over and tries to recover, she's one step late, and you can see it, and is hanging on the hip there, and then reaches in and gets the foul.
Leah Parker 2 of 4 at the line this season in limited action. And don't look now, but Texas A&M hanging in there to within a 3. They're on a 6-0 run. The Mountaineers have turned it over 4 times in the last 4.5 minutes. Back to a 1-bucket ball game here from the WVU Coliseum. Good crowd tonight for Coal Rush night. Mountaineers dressed in black, the fans dressed in black. They want to make sure they're here for a party, not a funeral. Shaw, mid-range, pull-up, drains it. Sydney Shaw's had a big first half. She and JJ Quinterly with a team best 7 each. The Mountaineers, a little breathing room. Texas A&M breaking the pressure. Soleil Williams, wide open back door. Defensive lapse for West Virginia, and Williams brings the Aggies back to within a bucket. Four seconds between the shot clock and game clock. Quinterly trying to melt some of that away. In motion at 5. Quinterly step back, hacked. And the foul called with 4.1 to play in the half. Talia Parker picks up the foul. Her second foul of the ball game. Tough, that almost could have gone on Jones, and Jones thought that was hers. They call that on Parker.
The game clock ran on the previous play.
The officials, as you heard, thought they might say more. Now they're checking the clock. It ran a little long on the previous play, and of course this is an end of half situation, so we want to make sure they get it right.
The game clock will be set for 5 seconds.
Gina Cross, Michael McConnell, Natasha Kamey, the officials tonight. .35 points for West Virginia is their least in a half this season, and right now they would need to do something pretty spectacular in 5 seconds to eclipse that. Quinterly 3 of 3 from the line tonight. Eight for JJ to lead West Virginia. Soleil Williams with 9 leads Texas A&M. 5 seconds. I don't think they see the urgency, or they're not going to take this shot. They get it in bounds. That's the end of the first half of the WVU Coliseum. A mixed bag.
Or it will be the same on both ends. So the shadow is not just going to be on one side. It's kind of hovering on each side, so it'll be
custodial lighting. That's a Home Depot kind of word. You know, I want the.
I know. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm like, do I need that at my house? Is this something I need?
West Virginia looks to grow their 4-point advantage with the first touch of the half. With Meg Bulger, I'm Eric Little. Thank you for joining us from the WVU Coliseum. Friday night lights, or custodial lights. Blackston, another open three, right where she left off.
That's great ball movement yet again, and that's both teams went away from that matchup with Ware and Blackston and see how long they allow that matchup to continue here in the first couple minutes, with Blackston doing exactly what she did, as you mentioned, Eric, in the first half.
Big bucket to put the Mountaineers up a touchdown. Skip pass from Koulibaly, almost too tall. Kent bottled up, gets it out of the sideline. 5 to shoot, turnaround from Ware, and she airballs it, and she hears the serenade from the crowd behind us.
Yeah, and you heard Mark Kellogg talk about they were getting in the paint too much. They have only taken 2 threes. They switched to 2-3 zone that time and really disrupt things for the Aggies.
Another open look for Sydney Shaw. Second 3 ball of the night, 10 points for Shaw. First Mountaineer in double figures. The lead's also in double figures for West Virginia.
West Virginia going to stay here in that. Really, it's a matchup 2-3, extended 2-3. They're going to get Jordan Harrison with foul.
Really great on-ball defense there, Meg. Where did she slip up and pick up the foul? As you see Shaw.
Looked as if there was a screen coming her way, and she kind of tried to get around it and pleading her case, the little arm bar. Hey, and love that about Jordan Harrison. Go up, understand from the ref. Don't think you're in the right all the time, because you're not.
That's a learning moment.
And the ref respects that. They appreciate that you're trying to make the adjustment, because the refs are not going to make the adjustments. You have to.
And you're going to see them a lot. So learn and move on. And Harrison does exactly that with numbers. Harrison takes it herself, draws the contact. Soleil Williams picks up the foul.
You know, and only at 5'6", Jordan Harrison really has a great knack for getting down low, going against bigs, or even just taller guards and making them draw contact, because I think they get off balance. They want to block the shot, but then she has a great hesitation, and they come down too early. She just has a really great knack for when to go up with it or when to pull it back out.
First trip to the line tonight for Jordan Harrison, a 91% free throw shooter this season. Drains both. I didn't have to worry about the announcer jinx, as I gave the stat mid-shot. The Mountaineers up a dozen. Texas A&M's ball movement. What do you think of it this half, Meg?
I think they're trying to adjust to this 2-3 right now. They're not sure if it's a matchup. They are not a three-point shooting team. And that paint is packed. That was wide open for them with a lot of those runners. And you're going to get...
Lost herself on the floor, stepped on the sideline. You're right, this is not a shooting team, period. They did shoot 57% from the field on Sunday against Western Michigan with 10 threes. And they defended Western Michigan really well in that game. West Virginia slowly picking up some steam. Touch foul call on Janae Kent. Mountaineers have won 31 straight non-conference games at home, trying to extend that streak tonight. Texas A&M trying to avoid falling to 500 on the season. Quinterly runs baseline. Rejected. Stays with West Virginia with 9 to shoot. Quinterly with 9 points tonight. She's moved ahead of one of your teammates, Yolanda Page, on the all-time scoring list. We talked about Yolanda in the first half. Moved to 19th at WVU. Wide open lane. And if it's as wide as I-79, why not take it yourself?
Yeah, you're not going to see a bigger lane than that. And you saw J.J. Quinterly with the long, big step just to cover ground. And great adjustment with her body going out. Bigger
night for J.J. She's within striking distance of Maria Chobanova. Great post from the 90s. After that, she's 3 away from Alexis Basil, who coached this program after playing here in the late 80s. And then there's some space between her and the next person. That's out of bounds. The next person on the list for JJ would be Georgianne Wells. I know that's a name. I remember when you met her. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
You hear about Georgianne Wells. That was, yeah, I absolutely fangirled. And it takes a lot for me to do that, but it was pretty incredible meeting her.
Nice steal from Watson. Harrison, coast to coast. Beautiful move for Jordan Harrison to finish.
I mean, that's something every single guard should learn to do. That was perfectly played from Jordan Harrison. We just talked about the undersized guard not afraid to get 21 bench points compared to West Virginia's 8, who is not subbed as regularly as we've seen the past couple of games. So right now, they've really got to get things going on this offensive end, and this 2-3 zone has really disrupted things and clogged the paint, which we heard Mark Kellogg tell us at halftime that was something he was concerned with.
West Virginia has finished great defense this half. They're outscoring Texas A&M 12-0 in this third quarter.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. They have 10 assists to those 10 turnovers, which speaks to moving the ball.
And a shot clock violation is a great way to finish defense.
Yeah, they've done a much better job, I thought, on the boards. They gave up 3 early offensive rebounds, and since then, they've led the rebounding margin by 3.
West Virginia will take the rebound instead, and a travel on J.J. Quinterly. Again, West Virginia 4 of 5 from the field this quarter. Texas A&M with that miss on the other end, 0 for 2. Just 2 shots up in this third quarter.
Yeah, they cannot find a way to penetrate this zone. You need to, wow, great tip there. Great hands from J.J. Quinterly.
Better tip from Kyle Watson. Can she finish? You bet.
And that's what Kyle Watson does. We talked about her in the first quarter. She comes out of nowhere. Great anticipation off the ball. If you can get past Harrison and Quinterly on that front line, that second line is just as dangerous for steals.
Sydney Shaw takes her turn to Harrison for 3. Strong. Ripped down by Parker. Gets rid of it. West Virginia wanted the travel.
So referee Mike McConnell said she was bobbling the ball, didn't have possession yet as she fell.
It's like the NFL, Meg. What's a catch? What's not a catch?
Right, exactly, and I still don't know.
We just watched and let Mike Pereira tell us on Sunday. I'm sorry, Gene Steratore. I got to go Pittsburgh area. Gene Steratore here for Meg. West Virginia stretched the lead to 18 at the WVU Coliseum.
She is just such a consistent player for West Virginia.
Check 2 boxes there, the steal and the points. Aggies get the ball in. Biggest lead of the game for West Virginia at 47-29. Texas A&M still has not scored this half. Williams connects.
The West Virginia went back man-to-man that possession. That's a huge 3 from Williams. They had to get the lid off the rim somehow.
Good ball movement to Shaw. Finds some space off the screen. Now Watson turns the corner. Blackston open for 3. Yes! 4 for Kylie Blackston tonight.
She's been a difference maker. They have not found a post that can come out, defend her on that 3 ball. After 2 in that first half, you think, okay, we can't leave her, I can't help in. To this point, now she's got 4.
Oh, what a take for Coulibaly.
Yeah, Coulibaly's been a little slow getting it done here on the offensive end, but much needed there here in the third quarter. She's got to get more active on that offensive end and get to the rim.
Coulibaly says howdy in a big way. Blackston to the hole. Why not? Kylie Blackston can do it all. A game high 14 to match the number on the front and back of the uniform. She's having a night. Off balance, Coulibaly. Can't find the bottom of the cup.
And you see they switched up. They put Coulibaly out there.
Harrison with the left, can't find it.
Coulibaly going to defend Blackston there. You got to have somebody more athletic that can defend inside and out.
I was going to ask you if you thought Blackston was going to try for the heat check. Good defense from Blackston to force the miss there. Shaw in transition with options. Quinterly wide open, buries it! Smile on J.J. Quinterly's face. Frustration melting away.
Yeah, it's just not great transition defense there.
Another open three, Kent in and out. Texas A&M might be sensing it's getting late early. Player down behind the play, by the way. It's Jones slow to get up. Kylie Blackston is unconscious tonight for West Virginia.
I mean, it takes a lot to get big smiles off of your head coach and the assistant coaches. But Kylie Blackston was just able to do that. And just great unselfish play from West Virginia. I mean, they just wear teams down. Great job, Kylie Blackston, saying straight up, Sydney Shaw, her head up the entire time. You don't stop ball, you don't get out on a shooter. You got to pick something right there. Just not great transition defense. And then Kylie Blackston, when are we going to learn?
The previous play is
You gotta
under
get out on
review
her.
for an
Someone's gotta
unobserved
get a hand.
intentional foul.
And all smiles from the head coach.
5 trays tonight for Blackston, 17 points to lead all scorers. And there's attention on Sahara Jones, and they're looking for an unobserved intentional foul on her because she was saying to the official during the break that she was maybe elbowed right in the gut. She'll go straight back to the locker room.
And Sahara Jones, she went down as the play was developing before that last Kylie Blackston three.
It was a 5-on-4.
Yeah, she got up and tried to get back here and cross half court, and then that's when she went down again.
Kylie Blackston, 17, her career high is 20. It's the contact with Quinterly that they're looking at. You saw that a little bit at the bottom. The officials looking at as many angles as they can find. I think they would have to see something more definitive than what we saw. Now watch Quinterly and Jones, left side.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
That's the definitive look if it weren't for Williams screening the play.
I'm not seeing anybody's arm extend or push out where it would be flagrant.
JJ's does a little bit, but you're right.
But it looked more basketball move-wise. It didn't look flagrant or intentional.
Yeah. Or over the line.
No.
So the officials take a look at this one. Again, West Virginia led by the 17 points of Kylie Blackston. She's drained 5 threes in this game, 3 of them this half. And after she had a couple triples in the first half that looked like, all right, she's feeling it tonight. We didn't see a lot of her, and now made it tough for Mark Kellogg to take her off the floor.
Yeah, she's created a really dynamic mismatch against Texas A&M. They put Koulibaly on her.
There's no foul on the play.
They rule no foul on the play, which I'm sure Jones won't like, but.
Yeah, and I hope Sahara Jones, she ran back to the locker room, hope she's okay. And that's, I mean, that's holding
paramount
her rib.
of importance right now, yeah.
Exactly.
So Kendall Hunter back in the game for West Virginia, or for Texas A&M. Sydney Woodley makes her first appearance of the half for the Mountaineers. Biggest lead of the game for West Virginia here at 25. Winding down the third quarter from the WVU Coliseum on a Friday night. Coal rush. A lot of the fans wearing their black, the Mountaineers in black. Right now, looking pretty cool in it.
That's great defense from West Virginia. That's the first time in 20 seconds that the ball even came to the right side of the floor.
And not a shot, the possession. Texas A&M trying to get paint touches, and they're not there. Quinterly through the seam, all the way to the 10.
Kind of went through like a turnstile. There was arms everywhere reaching in, and she was able to split it.
71st time she's been in double figures. Watson with a steal, throws it right back away. And she was falling away. I like the description of that, a turnstile. That's really what it was. A lot of arms for JJ to navigate.
Yeah, a lot going through, and it was, wow, she just kind of went through all of their arms. I don't know if, I like that the ref didn't call anything, but there was still a lot of contact.
Like a running back through the gauntlet drill.
Yeah, yeah.
Two-hand pass, Shaw. Mid-range from the baseline. Doesn't get it. Blackston fouled. I believe we're going to get Lauren Ware on this. No, sorry, Jada Malone is the number they call. Mountaineers on a 10-0 run. You expand it further, it's 13-2. Tipped ball, they fight for it. And it is out of bounds near where your daughter and half her basketball team sits.
Yeah, right now I want to go over to them. That's a bad angle for a pass. You never want to pass, especially on a quick defensive team like the Aggies or anywhere else, back to the exact middle of the floor. You've got to come ball side and meet that pass. But hey, they don't want to listen to me.
Like I said, the timeout, better come early, and you better scream, burn that boats. burn those boats. West Virginia starting to feel it here at the WVU Coliseum. Final 32 seconds of the third quarter. West Virginia has held Texas A&M to just 4 points this quarter. They've turned over the Aggies 18 times. Forced 30-plus turnovers in all three of their games this season. Quinterly under the cup. Got a rebound. Into the corner. Shaw. Good crossover. And she coughs it up. Shot clock dark. Soleil Williams. Time runs down. Williams hoists. And Williams rattles one home. So a little bit of momentum for Texas A&M going to the fourth quarter. Just 7 points that quarter for Texas A&M.
Tremendous job shooting the ball lights out.
Mountaineers 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in the third quarter. They've hit 10 threes tonight. They pulled out to a significant lead from the WVU Coliseum. Coulibaly, open look. She connects. Not a lot of open stuff for Aisha Coulibaly tonight.
And that was, nothing special that Texas A&M did. That was just a miscommunication there on West Virginia's part where Kai Watson got stuck down low.
Quinterly off one leg and off the window.
Yeah, you give J.J. Quinterly space to go one-on-one. You saw West Virginia 5 out. It's trouble.
18 for J.J. Quinterly. It's a season high for her. Another look inside for Coulibaly. Nice handoff. Lauren Ware connects.
Nice interior passing there from Texas A&M, and Ware really not able to get anything going. See if she can kind of find her strength here against Blackston down low.
Hunter called on the foul. Quinterly tried to get around her. Just really feels like Quinterly, as she makes her 79th straight start tonight. We talked about this a little bit off the air, Meg. Once she gets going, look out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the first couple of games of the season, you have new players coming in. There's different chemistry. She's feeling a lot of pressure coming off the season she had last year. And I think you're slowly starting to see J.J. Quinterly of old now, and that's got to be a relief for her.
Coulibaly hits the deck hard. Blackston takes it away. It's her night. To the corner, nothing there. Woodley whips it up top, and now time is called. They want their shot clock reset. They wanted it reset after Blackston took it away, and they couldn't get the attention of the scorer's table. So they stop and reset it now. We'll have some attention to the shot clock.
Yeah, and smart play from Kylie Blackston. It was just inadvertent contact. Two Aggies took themselves to the ground. She picks it up.
She's another 3 from her career high of 20. Clock reset. Woodley off the screen. Blackston off the rim. They crash. It's out of bounds. Stays with West Virginia.
I'm not sure what that West Virginia bench was going to do if Blackston knocked down that last 3.
I think they were going to burn the boats.
Yeah, exactly.
Burn something.
Her shot, every time it leaves her hand, she has tremendous form.
Yeah. Too often unfair to say, like bigs get knocked for their ability to shoot. You see a lot of them, they're able to step out and take those threes.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it's just, do you have the green light and ability from your coach to do that or not? And when you make them, all day you do.
And they called it with a foul on a screen. You can hear what the fans think about that call, Meg.
Yeah, you get her with the body. That's fair. I thought that they've really let them play without letting it get out of hand. This has been a really, I think, fair officiated game.
Aggies can pull within 20 with a bucket here. Coulibaly, head fake and a drive and contact. Aisha Coulibaly heating up in the second half for Texas A&M.
And she likes that free throw line extended area. She can get in that high post and face the basket. She is strong and really powerful. For 6 foot, she is powerful. She gets to the basket, extremely strong, and really does a nice job of, you might make some contact, but she's going through you and going up with it.
Woodley and Blackston leave for West Virginia. The foul was Blackston's 4th. Jordan Thomas back on, and boy, how long has it been since we've seen Jordan Harrison take this big of a break?
And you know what? A couple minutes ago, I thought, what a great opportunity for Harrison to, I mean, she plays the most minutes on this team. She did last year. To rest those legs, kind of enjoy being a fan for a couple of minutes, up 20 right now, but there's a difference when she's on the floor and she makes an impact right away, and I think you'll see that.
Coulibaly's 11 equals her season high from the Western Michigan game on Sunday. I think the Mountaineers, just as importantly, need to see what this offense looks like without her.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone, these are the types of games, these first couple of non-conference games, when you test things out, you test different rotations out, and I think, you know, I was talking to Chelsea Newton before the game for Texas A&M. She said, we have all these newcomers, 2 girls that haven't played in, you know, over 900 or some days. I mean,
yeah.
You are literally walking into a fire each game and learning and testing yourself with new things, new abilities. So for Texas A&M right now, of course, you're going to see the fight and grit that they have. And for West Virginia right now, you're going to see a little bit of, we can play with some rotations, we can play with different personnel out there and see what we get.
Thomas cleans it out after the Shaw miss. Jordan Thomas back in after a long outage. Right now, West Virginia's lead has dwindled. It was as big as 25. Mountaineers have had a double-figure lead for a lot of this game. A strong finish here is what they need. Parker cut off, steps back, too short. Watson decides to go. The bucket for Thomas ends in a long scoring drought for West Virginia. Contact inside. Talia Parker, the freshman. 4 for her.
Yeah, that's tough. Unless she got her with the body, I thought that she was playing some pretty good defense right there. Actually made Jordan Harrison miss that behind the back, but
makes Sahara Jones tuck in her jersey, and now we're back. Wardrobe all settled. Oh, what a beautiful take for J.J. Quitterly. Put it on a poster.
Yeah, from our angle, if you got that picture of her right there, I mean, just elevates the one hand. She elevates better than a lot of small guards. I mean, JJ's Not the biggest, not the tallest guard, probably only about 5'7". But she just takes that long step when she drives, elevates. And I love that she always goes to the basket, to contact, and doesn't avoid it.
Stick that silhouette on sneakers and a hoodie. J.J. Quinterly with a season best 21. West Virginia gets it back. Lots of options for Watson. No look pass from Harrison. Had Shaw open in the corner, couldn't get it there. Maybe just a shade too cute for West Virginia, that touch.
Yeah, if it went through, the house, it was going to erupt in here, but sometimes simple is better.
Jada Malone slips past the defense. She is going to be a valuable contributor for Texas A&M down the stretch. A redshirt junior, another player that's lost a lot of time because of injuries. Oh, Thomas can't finish. Malone
Great entry pass. I mean, laid it up there where no one else could get it but Thomas. No help side defense there.
Crossover from Jones. Good to see her back after leaving with an injury earlier. Koulibaly from the corner.
Yeah, Koulibaly, not a player that's going to take a lot of threes. Only 7 on the season, but she's realizing she needs to do everything she can on the offensive end.
Quinterly for 3. Yes! Up to 24. Quinterly pushes the Mountaineer lead to 22. This West Virginia team finding a rhythm in the second half, Meg, they lacked in the first.
Absolutely, and
reach in for Shaw.
Close call.
Caught
right
with her
there.
hands in the cookie jar, and she knew it. As West Virginia with their biggest lead of the second half.
But to come back and, you know, be able to experience the Coliseum again while watching your daughter has to be one of the coolest things for both of them to experience. That's awesome.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime moment.
Absolutely.
West Virginia has hit 61% of their threes tonight. That's the highest percentage since Oklahoma State in February 2018. So it's been a long time since they've hit this many threes in a game. 11 of, or this high of a percentage of their threes. 11 of 18 from beyond the arc. They've turned 19 Texas A&M turnovers into 21 points. That Texas A&M bench huge in the first half. They've not been as strong in the second.
Yeah, only 7 here in this second half. The defensive adjustment coming out really shook Texas A&M initially there in that third quarter as Malone is going to make that first free throw. But that adjustment to 2-3 really kept them stagnant.
Yeah.
Didn't have an answer.
And part of why the bench scoring is down for Texas A&M this half is because Aisha Koulibaly has stepped it up. She's found a rhythm that she didn't have in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. She's even going from 3, which is something that she usually does not do. She has 14 now for the game, where at halftime she only had 4. So big second half for Koulibaly. 14
each for Koulibaly and Soleil Williams to lead Texas A&M. West Virginia led by J.J. Quinterly's game-high 24 points, a season-high 17 from Kylie Blackston on 5 threes. Mountaineers looking to win their 32nd straight non-conference home game. But Quinterly tied up, and the arrow goes to West Virginia. That kind of night for Texas A&M, you get a good tie-up, and you don't have the arrow.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, West Virginia just finds a way to gain possessions. It's unbelievable. I mean, Texas A&M has only gotten off 36 shots, West Virginia 51. They just find a way, no matter with how many mistakes. They have 16 turnovers, which is a lot for them, but they find a way to get possessions back.
Wide open, J.J. Quinterly in the corner. Bam!
And I think it's safe to say J.J. Quinterly is officially back. Kind of been waiting on this the last few games, and you know it's there. You know it hadn't gone away.
Her career high is 33. She gets the steal. Little ways to go for that. Nice feed, Sydney Shaw!
just pretty basketball. I mean, that makes you, they say they have fun and like playing their defense. Why wouldn't you when plays look like that and develop that way?
The Mountaineers likely not going to hit the 30-plus turnovers that they hit in the first 3 games, but how do you like 20? That's not a bad number either.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strong number for most teams. That's exactly what you want to get to.
Coulibaly rattles one home. The iron has been kind to her in the second half.
Yeah, she's been great from that mid-range off the bounce and just hitting those nice little jumpers, really coming into her offensive stride here in the second half.
Joni Taylor told us in shoot-around, this is a team that feels like they're behind schedule. They've had some nagging injuries, and they're just now getting everybody back together. This is a team that's going to make some noise later in the season.
Absolutely. You have one of the most talented and bright coaches. You have Chelsea Newton, who played at Rutgers. They have a lot to learn. They have players that hadn't played in, over 600 days,
right.
900 days. They're playing their first time over the summer, then someone gets hurt, then someone's not playing. I mean, they have not been able to mesh yet. So really going to look forward to looking and seeing what Texas A&M is doing around that January, February mark.
But they'll see a lot more P4 competition when they go to the Bahamas over the Thanksgiving holiday in the battle for Atlantis as Harrison drains the freebie. The competition will continue to level up. They got a quick turnaround. They're back home Sunday afternoon against Northwestern State, so less than 48 hours. They got to get home and play again.
And you think about West Virginia in the Big 12, that travel schedule, it's a long flight. You get back late, 1 day to recover and back out there Sunday.
5 points and 8 boards for Kyle Watson. Typical night at the office for her. Harrison's free throws push the lead out to 25 for West Virginia. Less than 2 to play. Mountaineers about to go to 4-0. Oh, nice step back off the back foot from Coulibaly.
Yeah, so strong. Her footwork is tremendous.
Shaw through traffic, gives it up. Moon with a nice find. Williams. Foul underneath. Maybe get Jada Malone on the contact here. Yes. That is number 5 on Jada Malone. So she'll hear it from the students as she heads off the floor for the final time tonight.
And Jada Malone, she battled all night. She had her hands full. Whether it was Rivieran, Kylie Blackson, she's being pulled away from the basket to defend on the perimeter. I mean,
J.J. Quinterly looks to be done for the evening, and she hears it from the crowd. What a second half for J.J. Quinterly.
Yeah, and I think that last couple of series there that you saw J.J. hit the 3, come down, get a steal, make the lead pass in transition. I mean, that's indicative of who she is. That's the player that you're used to seeing. She loves defense. She's great on offense. She is such a complete player.
Season high in scoring from J.J. Quinterly. Now Jordan Harrison leaves after the free throws. Quinterly with 27 to finish up. Harrison leaves after the free throws. 8 for her tonight, but she made her impact felt in a lot of other ways. It's that non-conference schedule we talked about earlier. The homestand continues Tuesday and then next Friday before the Mountaineers go to the Gulf Coast.
Just some really good tests.
Zion Nugent.
Early on, I mean, playing Pitt, now this Texas A&M game, Niagara, Towson, you can see them growing all these games. The first half, I mean, they were only up 4 in this half. Pitt, it wasn't, they didn't extend their lead again until the second half. So you can see where they're growing, making these adjustments, figuring their team out. But Mark Kellogg just does a tremendous job of knowing his personnel, putting in the right people where they need to be and who plays with who. He does such a great job. Hey, I know those girls. My daughter Nola, her teammates Soph, Viv, and Hallie, they got a game tomorrow at 11, so
good luck to them.
It's a good learning experience right now. They better get back, get to bed when I say, and be ready to play tomorrow.
What time is film? When you get home?
The whole way home. Don't ask me questions. Watch film.
Coulibaly's hot second half continues. She'll be one to watch for Texas A&M this season. That's for certain. Destiny Agubata can't keep the three-party going. Koulibaly picks up the foul on the other end. And I checked that Zaya Nugent fouled her. The difference in this game, Meg, the 27-7 third quarter for West Virginia. These two teams played pretty much straight up the other three quarters.
Yeah, they were mirroring each other that first and second quarter, and we talked about their defense. They made an adjustment, went 2-3 a few possessions. It really just kind of, I think, shocked Texas. They didn't know, or Texas A&M, excuse me, what to do. But when you can have that kind of defense be that effective and come on the other end and hit threes and hit shots and move the ball, there's no stopping this West Virginia team. They're already lethal with their defense.
There were flashes in this second half where I think we've seen the best that we've seen out of this team this season.
Absolutely.
Definitely the best out of J.J. Quinterly for a while.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say you kind of, I mean, not that she didn't play great. It was just not the J.J. that you're used to seeing come in, dropping a quick, quiet 20, 24, flashy plays, hitting threes. I think it's safe to say in this second half, JJ's back. You can see where JJ Quinterly is ready to go. Those last
Jones
couple of games.
Contact. You're right. Those last couple of games, though, for JJ, and it's one of those things to where West Virginia fans have become so spoiled with what they see out of JJ. You're right. It's like a quick, quiet 20 points. Picks up 27 tonight, but really the second half, her best work this season.
Yeah, and after going 0 of 10 from that three-point line against Pitt, she hasn't shot the three ball well at all. It was great to see her find the bottom of the net.
Homecoming of sorts for Kylie Blackston in that conference opener for West Virginia. The Colorado transfer goes back to Boulder. Then a couple home games to start the new year. We'll see new members, Arizona State and Arizona at the end of January.
Yeah, I gotta get used to that. Football hasn't warmed me up to it yet. I gotta really start getting used to that new conference schedule here in basketball.
Mountaineers at home in football tomorrow against Baylor, and a lot of the folks are out in the parking lot of the Coliseum. It's a big RV area. I have to think some of those folks have drifted into the building.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great crowd here on hand for the Cool Rush game.
And what else are you going to do? You going to sit in your RV all night?
Yeah,
right. Come into the game.
Watch some Mountaineer basketball. Why not?
100 yards away. Mountaineers go to 4-0. Mark Kellogg to 14-0 in non-conference. Zaya Nugent with a great finish.
That's a great take from Zaya Nugent. Got her 1,000-point a couple games ago here at home, but love how she tucks the ball away and just gets the edge there and finishes with the left hand.
Tucked it like the Mountaineers hope to see tomorrow against Baylor. Go around the corner, seal the edge.
Protect that ball. Protect
the ball. A lot to like about this Texas A&M team. They still have yet to play their best basketball. They're going to make some noise in the SEC. Soleil Williams misses the three and a lot of contact inside. 0.3 seconds on the clock. The foul puts Sahara Jones on the line. Foul on Riviere. Sahara Jones, a graduate student, double-double from her against Western Michigan. She leads off the court. They have a program called Blueprints at Texas A&M. Black leaders who undertake excellence. She's the chief marketing officer of that student-led organization. So good on her for taking a leadership role. The San Antonio native drains the free throw. A lot of leaders on this team, some veterans, and a really good mix for Joni Taylor.
Yeah, they've got a solid group. When they put this together, it's going to be good.
Mark Kellogg has a solid group, too. The Mountaineers come away with a 21-point win. Their fourth of the season, their second non-conference win.